A beautiful couple, a loving family, a happy home, until it wasn't. What drove former actor Michael Jace to murder his Christian wife of 10 years, April Jace? I'm going to take a deep dive into the last days of April Jace and discuss how indulging in one's own obsessions and demons can lead to destruction. April Jace was born April Denise Lawn on May 6, 1974. She attended Hawthorne High School in Hawthorne, California, and then she attended college at California State University in Fullerton. By 40 years old, April ran with the elite health team and later with the Trojan Masters Club. She was the 2013 Southern California USA Track and Field W35 champion at 100 meters. W35 is a division that consists of female athletes who've reached the age of 35. She also finished second in the W35 invitational race at the Mount SAC Relays. April ranked as high as number 5 in the U.S. and was a 2011 World Championship finalist individually in the 100 meters and won a gold medal on the USA 4x100 meters relay team. As well, she was a competitive runner on a co-ed team. Besides being a gold medalist, April also had a degree in early childhood and adolescent development and was a school teacher with the Los Angeles Unified School District. Later on, she was a financial aid counselor at Biola University, a private Christian university, 30 minutes outside of Los Angeles in La Mirada, California. It's a small university with just over 4,300 undergraduates enrolled. She was also married to Michael for more than 10 years. Michael Jace was born in Paterson, New Jersey on July 13, 1962. He was a former actor, and by 53 years old, he had often played the good guy on TV and movie roles, and is best known for playing the heavily religious and even more heavily closeted police officer Julian Lowe of FX's drama The Shield, which aired from 2002 to 2008. Michael also had small roles in movies like The Great White Hype.
I'm tired of James the Poodle, Grim Reaper, whatever he wanted to call himself, ducking me.
Cradle to the Grave.
Sometimes you just need an old friend.
Forrest Gump.
One of us.
Let me tell you about us.
the hell?
Our purpose here is to protect our black leaders from the racial onslaught.
And the TV show Southland. He also had a title role of Michael Jordan in the 1999 TV movie about the NBA star, Michael Jordan, an American hero. The couple had 2 sons together, Nehemiah, 8 years old, and Caleb, 5 years old at the time of her death. In addition to the 2 children, April also had a teenage son named Savoy Brown from a previous relationship with a man also named Savoy Brown. The married couple attended church regularly and practiced their faith. However, there were still issues stemming from Michael's insecurities and financial woes. Kenneth Brown, who knew Michael through church and worked with him on the TV show The Shield, said that Michael always asked him to pray for his marriage, which was suffering because of his extended unemployment and the couple's finances. Michael was out of work for years, and so there were financial struggles that put a strain on their marriage. Since the hit FX crime drama came to an end in 2008, Michael wasn't able to get steady work except for bit parts on other successful series like Private Practice and The Mentalist in 2011. And so his monthly income would be around $5,400, with their total expenses being $5,300. In 2009, it was claimed that Michael made a substantial $71,270 and $75,000 the following year, but by 2011, it dropped significantly to $17,000. As well, there was a time where months on end, April was the only one bringing in the income of $1,976 through her job as a school teacher. Michael suffered financial difficulties, where he had to declare Chapter 13 bankruptcy in March of 2011. He cited $500,000 in debts and an annual income of about $80,000 from residuals from his TV and film work. Michael had also defaulted on the $411,000 mortgage on a home he shared with April. Not only was there financial strife between the couple, but Michael had habits of questioning the fidelity of his wife, April, which really weakened the stability of their marriage. Allegations of cheating came to a head when late in the evening on May 19, 2014, law enforcement was called to the couple's address in the 5400 block of Brinhurst Avenue, the Hyde Park neighborhood of Los Angeles, where April was found shot to death. She was shot in both of her legs and in her back. The night before her killing, April's teenage son Savoy and her adult nephew Christopher visited the couple's home, and they went to a movie with April and then slept overnight. The morning of May 19, 2014, Christopher was startled out of his sleep when he heard Michael yelling, "You don't have a godly reason for a divorce." The yelling went on for 4 to 5 minutes, and Christopher heard 2 crashes. Savoy grabbed a baseball bat and came out of the bedroom. Christopher followed him and saw a vase had been smashed on the ground, an ironing board knocked over, and Michael and April standing by the dining room table. Michael tried to get Savoy to give him the bat, but Savoy backed away toward the kitchen. April asked Christopher to get the bat, so he grabbed it from Savoy. Michael then repeatedly said, "I would never put my hands on your mom." 15 minutes later, before 8 a.m., April left with Christopher and Savoy to drive her 5- and 8-year-old children to school. Afterwards, April texted Michael's friend Brown to ask him to check on Michael. So Brown texted Michael, "When trouble comes, be full of joy." Michael answered, "Maybe too late. April wants out and I'm tired of pleading." Brown wanted to cheer up Michael by inviting him over to watch a game that night, but he declined. Michael also texted, "She'll accept it or we'll move on, and if she isn't who I thought she was according to God, a lot changes, but she'll get what she wants, a way out." That evening at almost 6 p.m., Brown again invited Michael over, which he texted back, "Appreciate it, but shit is going to hell fast, and I wouldn't be good company." Brown asked Michael if he was gonna stay home, and Michael responded, "Leaving tonight." Michael also exchanged texts with his friend Evan, who invited Michael over about 4:45 p.m., but Michael never arrived. Michael sent 95 text messages to April on the day she was murdered, and she responded to many. There was a total of 164 text messages between 9:43 a.m. and 8:12 p.m. April texted Michael at about 10:45 a.m. saying, "I don't want you throwing things and breaking things and screaming lies to the boys. I am afraid to come home. I am glad you are praying." Michael then texted, "I can vacate the premises for the night. Just give me a time and I'll leave." He also added that he regretted getting involved with a woman who isn't submitted to God. He asked April, "What time should I leave by?" She responded that she would bring the boys home after a game. That afternoon, Michael texted April, "You've thrown me under the bus, April, and you are walking out on the boys." Michael then accused April of cheating on him with another man, which she denied. He then texted, "I'm just amazed at how comfortable of a woman of God just walks out of a marriage." April then responded, "Stop throwing the Bible at me." At around 4 p.m., she urged Michael to go to Nehemiah's baseball game, saying, He is going to be so sad without you and probably won't even want to play. If it's easier, I won't go. Please don't not go because you're upset with me. Please. April then texted Michael that their son, Caleb, hurt his arm and that she was going to his school to pick him up. Michael texted that he was walking and that we both know we're not talking tonight. At 4:54 p.m., Michael told April yes when she asked him if he was on the road. They both continued to text about their marriage, and around 6:45 p.m., she apologized for not being the perfect Christian woman that he thought he married. Michael then told her he was still walking and had been drinking and was trying to find a key his friend Evan hid for him, suggesting that he wasn't home. At around 7:40 p.m., Michael texted that he had been praying and drinking since 10 or 11. Michael then texted April, "Evan said hello, not that it really matters, and the tongue has the power of life and death." April texted Michael at 8:04 p.m. saying, "You should go to sleep. We'll talk tomorrow." At 8:12 p.m., April's last text described Nehemiah's performance at the baseball game, adding, "Looks like he had fun." Michael's phone was disconnected from the network from 8:06 p.m. until 8:23 p.m. Cellular tower evidence showed his phone remained near his and April's home, nowhere near Evan's home. At 8:23 p.m., Michael texted April's stepfather, Carlos, saying, "Come get the boys. I just shot April." Carlos and April's mom, Kay, got into their car to drive to April's home. Carlos called 911 and told dispatchers about the frightening text.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
My son-in-law called me and texted me and said he'd come get the kids because he shot April, our daughter.
Okay, are the police on the line?
Yes.
Okay, sir, are you at that location?
No, we're on the 405 headed there now from Long Beach.
Oh, okay, so you're quite a ways out.
Yeah, we're a ways out yet.
Okay, well, we've got police and paramedics on the way, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Sir, I'm going to stay on the phone with you, okay?
Okay, Godspeed, please.
Michael called 911 at 8:31 p.m. and reported the shooting, telling them that he shot his wife. Michael also said that he wanted paramedics because he said that he didn't intend on killing her. The 911 operator advised him to step outside with his phone. The call ended with Michael directing officers to the hallway. Michael said that he shot one round and didn't know what happened. April was found lying on her back in the hallway. Michael was taken into custody and was later booked on May 20th at 3:37 a.m. for his wife's murder. The bail was set at $1 million. The next day, detectives interviewed Michael. Michael told authorities that he got upset about the texts he and April exchanged during Nehemiah's baseball game. He assumed they had turned a corner, but April decided not to try to work it out. Because of this, he was in pain and wanted her to feel the same. April was a runner, so he shot her in the legs. He mentioned that he had been drinking and was holding a gun belonging to April's dad, and it was fully loaded. Michael said that April lunged at him and even mentioned that there was a knife on the table and suggested that April may have tried to use it on him. However, authorities didn't find any knife lying around. He said that as he tried to push her away, the gun went off and he ended up shooting both her legs and then her back. He claimed that before the shooting, he had never laid a finger on her, mentioning that they were happy, except for the money. He said that he was too scared to harm himself, but didn't mean to kill her. Although Michael admitted to shooting and killing his wife, he still pleaded not guilty. His lawyers believed what he did was in the heat of the moment, so they planned on going to trial to fight the charges. So, was Michael a calculating murderer who shot his wife, especially in the legs, to taunt her for her love of running? Or was Michael, distraught over the impending end of his marriage of 10 years, so distraught that he shot and killed his wife in the heat of the moment? That's what a jury of 6 men and 6 women will have to decide whether to convict the Shield actor of first-degree murder or choose a lesser charge like voluntary manslaughter. Michael faced 50 years to life if convicted. However, the trial had to be put on hold so that Michael's lawyers could gain access to April's iPhone 5S. Both the prosecutors and defense lawyers believed that the iPhone would benefit and strengthen their cases. So, authorities were able to hack into her iPhone with the help of an outside party. Apparently, the LAPD had been trying to get into her iPhone since 2015. April had a passcode lock, and so a set number of incorrect attempts can wipe an iPhone clean. So an LA judge apparently ordered an Apple technician to help cops figure out a way to crack the device open, which didn't work, and for some time, the iPhone wouldn't even turn on. So they moved on to a forensic cell phone expert on March 18, 2015, who managed to override the lock screen. The bypass occurred at the same period when the FBI was demanding that Apple unlock the iPhone 5C of San Bernardino shooter Syed Rizwan Farouk. Court documents didn't mention whether the expert also exploited a flaw in the iPhone and its unidentified platform. If he did and authorities paid for his services, they may keep that particular flaw a secret from Apple. So the trial was on, but Michael did not take the stand. During the trial, prosecutors focused on Michael's jealousy and controlling behaviors and how obsessed he was, thinking about his wife's non-existent infidelity. In one instance, it was mentioned that Michael was bitter about his wife competing on a co-ed team. His reasons for his bitterness was because he felt like it was taking up too much of April's time away from him, and he was also jealous that she was engaging in physical activity with other men on the team. Prosecutors also mentioned that Michael became obsessed with the idea that his wife wanted another man, and that she only wanted a divorce because she was having an affair. But there was no evidence during the trial that supported any idea of infidelity. There was a point during the trial where it was mentioned that April and Michael's son, Nehemiah Jace, saw his dad drag April into a hallway and then heard his dad tell her, "If you like running, then run to heaven," and then shot her in the living room of the family's home. The defense says that Michael takes responsibility for the failed shooting, but that his mind wasn't right at that time, that the shooting was an accident, and urged the jury to question the prosecution's case. However, the prosecutors told jurors that it wasn't an accident and that Michael intended to kill April by shooting her not once, not twice, but 3 times with a revolver that requires him to pull a heavy trigger. The prosecutor also cited testimony from the couple's young son, who told jurors that his dad told his mom, "If you like running, then run to heaven," before firing the second time. That statement by Michael clearly demonstrates intent to kill, because where else is heaven? Afterwards, April's mom, Kay, had addressed the court and wept as she talked about her daughter, saying that the night she was killed, we both died. She said, "My first thought on my mind most mornings is, your daughter has been murdered. Then I wonder about how I'll do today without her. I think about how my grandsons will navigate their teen years. Will they remember their mother and how much she loved them?" After the jury deliberated on Friday, Michael Jace was sentenced to 40 years to life in prison after tearfully apologizing for fatally shooting his wife, but he still insisted he didn't mean to kill her. Michael said to his wife's family that his actions weren't justified that night and that he was sorry for what he did. He also felt the need to let them know that he never planned to kill her. April's mom angrily shook her head and walked out of the courtroom in the middle of his comments. Overall, Michael was convicted of second-degree murder with the intentional and personal discharge of a firearm causing death. He was sentenced to 15 years to life for second-degree murder and a consecutive 25-year sentence for the firearm enhancement, for a total of 40 years to life. Apparently, this wasn't Michael's first experience with domestic violence, based on people who knew him. A woman described as a close friend of Michael's first wife said in a sworn statement that she saw Michael beat his then wife in the late 1990s. The statement was in court records from Michael's custody case concerning his son with Jennifer Bitterman. Jennifer had actually petitioned for divorce on the grounds of irreconcilable differences in 1995, and the couple separated for good in 1997. Michael basically choked and hit his wife and slammed her against the wall while their infant son screamed in his crib next to her. After the divorce in 2002, Michael then married April in June of 2003. Years after, in 2005, Michael and Jennifer continued to fight over custody, and Jennifer declared during the custody battle that Michael threatened corporal punishment and has spanked her son Jordan for crying and being afraid, and that Michael's intimidation style of discipline has been a source of great anxiety to Jordan. The results of the custody battle was that Jennifer was awarded primary custody of Jordan. Michael still harassed Jennifer and even threatened to kill her. In 2006, he sent her an email which read, "Do you want to have a fucking war with me? I will fucking kill you." It was said that April defended Michael in his divorce and during the custody battle against Jennifer, and even vouched for him by telling the judge that Michael provided a stable home for his child. It's unknown whether April was unaware or ignored Michael's abusive nature towards his ex-wife and his son, but she may have only wanted to see the goodness in him. And as a former actor, Michael may have been able to hide his true character to deceive her. April Jace was loved and cherished by those who were fortunate enough to know her and to be around her positive glow. The financial aid director at Biola University, Jeff Marsh, said that April's radiant personality brought great energy to the financial aid office, and that her love for helping students and families and her great work ethic earned the respect and love of her coworkers. Her smiling face and helpful spirit will be missed by all.
Are you filming me?
Yes, I am.
Hello. It's 7:30. Please excuse all this. I've been up all night. Okay, that's it.
Her son, Savoy, even said that she had a happy spirit, which stayed with her throughout the good days and even the bad days.
She was really happy. All the time. As much as she could be. And no matter what, even if something was sad that was going on, she'd do her best to be happy. And that's what I feel like she's doing now, if there is an afterlife.
Please be sure to check out links below for domestic violence assistance resources if you or someone you know is currently in that type of situation. That is all for now on this case. Please feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel if you want. Your support is much appreciated. And I will see you next time on Melanin Mysteries.